Minor technical difficulty, but we are
No
back.
worries.
The food was just too good. It was just the set, the food, everything. It was just setting it all up.
See, what happened was...
Thank you. Facebook was jealous. But you were telling us about this fabulous, I think Allison was asking you about, do you always give this much detail to your food?
I think, you know, when I cook, it is detail specific because I feel like everything has to have its own identity. So whether it's, you know, for a client, if it's at home, I feel like it's important, you know, to make sure that every little detail is there.
I love the addition of the fresh ingredients. Got the fresh mint here, the peaches. Where do you like to shop for your fresh ingredients?
You know, obviously this stuff all came from Walmart, which is really great because I don't think a lot of people know how much fresh produce Walmart actually has. So that was the idea for today. But their farmers markets are always great. I really love supporting the local guy because it's just important.
Definitely, definitely. Well, it looks good.
I know, it does look good. I want to touch one of these peaches over here. How do you know about picking out the right fresh fruit?
It's true. You know, you see people at the store and they're like picking it up and they're looking at it and smelling.
Yeah, and it's like touching it,
I pretend
firm.
like I know what I'm doing.
I don't actually know what I'm doing.
Tell us I actually know what we're doing.
You know, I think it's one of the biggest misconceptions when you see somebody smelling a pepper or listening to a watermelon, you know, thumping a cantaloupe.
Listening to a watermelon.
It's
you don't
like,
know my life.
Yeah, I mean, like, what are you doing? You know, at the end of the day, everything has a season. Strawberry season, peach season, pear season. So you think about the season, and if you're purchasing something out of season, you just take it, you know, you get a good feel for it.
You like to feel my peach.
So you don't want something that's really, really hard, but you also don't want something that's really, really soft. So you want to get a good feel of the firmness, and look at the color. You know, it's evenly grown. So for example, it's slightly green there. If it were more green, you wouldn't want to use this because it's evenly grown and picked properly. You can tell it's good to go. But this right here,
that's just for show.
Yeah, it's just somebody, you know, we call it dum-dum cooking.
Well, you know what? I'm glad that you mentioned that because everyone isn't a chef or as experienced as you. So what do you recommend for people out there who want to get their chef on but don't really have that much of the skill?
You know, I think the word chef is completely overrated, especially celebrity chef. Everybody's one. At the end of the day, what's important is if you have food that you like to make, you figure out ways to make it so that it fits for your personality. At the end of the day, if you want to do an Asian beef stir fry, if you want to do a baked chicken, you find out ways to do that. And as you prepare that for people, that's what's important. Because I think cooking has become more about the technical components of how you put something together. I'm from Atlanta, and the way I grew up, cooking was the backdrop. It was the family, it was the friends, it was a conversation around food. So at the end of the day, it's really not about what you're making, but for whom you're making it and the conversation that happens within that time period of food.
What do you think is the biggest mistake that people make? Like when you try to, you know, like when you tried it, you get to the kitchen, you got the recipe, you got all the ingredients, and it still doesn't come out the way you want it. What is the mistake? Help me. What is, no,
Not that she's a great cook, guys.
I do love to cook, but what is the mistake that people make?
Talking too much when they're cooking, on the phone, watching something on TV, and not really following the recipe. At the end of the day, recipes are canvases. You know what I mean? You see that canvas and you create something great. If you see recipes, you can always make them your own. But at the end of the day, if you're watching somebody who is doing a food show per se or a recipe and you on the phone like, girl, did you see what happened on Housewives? Boom, you're missing something. Yeah. So it's really important to pay attention to the recipe that you want to recreate and just get into it. Make it your own. It's like own the recipe. It's like own the pour. You ever see somebody pour something and it goes all over the place? They're not owning the pour. If you own the pour, it's all good.
I feel like
so
that's
own the recipe.
A life
hashtag own the pour.
Own the pour.
Yeah, own the pour, baby.
Yeah, I'm looking at some questions.
That's not actually mine. A friend of mine told me that, but you know,
listen,
we'll use it.
We pass these gems along. People are saying hello, hello, Jill. We are watching. Rolanda Humphrey says hi, everyone. Hello, hello, kings and queens. Afternoon chef and queens. We'll take that. That's cute too. Hello, everyone watching. But you mentioned talking while you were cooking. Do you have some rituals that you do when you cook? Do you play music? You know,
when I cook, it's like, shit, it's all in. You know what I mean? It's wine. It might be some Hennessy. It might be some
Now that's a
music.
party.
Listen,
You know, the most
you're gonna
important.
mess around and miss a step.
But I'm saying, you know, I'm in it to win it. So for me, it's really about a culture. It's not about taking an ingredient and making it something. It's about taking an ingredient and making it an experience. I mean, fresh produce is always the staple of a great meal. So once you got your fresh ingredients, what you want to do is you build around it. You know what I mean? It's like you don't just have a barbecue. You have a barbecue at a pool party and some cards. You know what I'm saying? Yes. So when you start doing a meal, you bring out the meal, you got the music, you got the people, you got people coming on time, you having a good time. That's how you make it right.
Coming on time. That was for your cousin or your uncle.
Yeah, we can't see that because it's in pencil. Yeah, we can't read that because it's in pencil.
Well, I mean, hopefully they get there on time. Because, I mean, for this cooking, we would definitely arrive.
I thought y'all was supposed to eat some beach cobbler. So what y'all TV divas, y'all don't really eat?
No, first of all,
that
I'm
is
on
a
the back.
lie.
Don't make me get this spoon right now. We were trying to learn about you, sir.
Exactly.
Okay, go ahead. I'm sorry. What else about me?
Actually, I know a little tidbit about you that you were one of the youngest Ritz-Carlton chef when you started out, right?
I was a cook though, but it was
Okay.
definitely a cook. Yeah, cool.
Yeah. So, and what was that experience like? Was that crazy intimidating? I mean, I'm gonna get into this cobbler.
No,
Oh, can we eat, or do you want to introduce it? I don't know.
So here's the thing. It's like when I started working at the Ritz-Carlton, I was certainly the youngest cook, but that was the difference. I was a cook. I embraced being a cook and learning from these great chefs.
Yeah.
So yes, it was an experience because I had gone from a French restaurant into this world of food that I had not really known. And the idea is that most people start at the pool, and then the cafe, and then banquets. But I went straight into the dining room, the gourmet dining room. So for me, it was quite the experience, but I'd also been prepared. It's like I had been prepared for this all of my young life at the time because I knew for me, cooking was a way out. The most important thing for me is, I always say, cooking didn't change my life, it saved my life. So going to a place like the Ritz-Carlton at 16 was a way, you know, 16? Out of, I was still in high school. So it was a way out.
I could boil a hot dog at 16.
16. Yeah. I was worried about my sweet 16 at prom. That's all I had. That's all I had to offer. And you were at
in the Ritz-Carlton. Who was your biggest cooking influence? Who did you learn the most from? Or are you completely self-taught?
No, I don't think you can ever be completely self-taught. I mean, I don't know that you could be. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm from a single-parent household. My mom, my 4 sisters, you know, the rules are really simple. Start your homework, clean the house, start dinner. So we were cooking at a really young age. That was in the house, and then every holiday, Thanksgiving, barbecue. You know, when you're an African-American from Atlanta, you just cook. I mean, everyone does it. Auntie makes the pound cake, sister makes the mac and cheese, somebody makes the greens and whatever. So I learned a lot just because culturally that's what we did. Once I got into the Ritz-Carlton, my influences were the people that I looked up to, the executive chefs from France, from Germany. So I would attribute my learning to all of the really great chefs that took the time to teach me. Because at the end of the day, no one has to teach you. It's intellectual properties. And when people share it with you, it's really important. So I learned.
That's exciting.
I actually just had to put down my spoon because I realized
yes,
I was
listen, speaking of sharing, we're about to get into this.
Okay.
So, and we have a very special tidbit that he's going to share a special recipe with our audience. So we're going to be posting that on Hello Beautiful very soon.
Yes.
Which one is that?
It is. You don't remember which recipe you brought us?
Anyone, because I heard they're all good. But we're gonna get into this one and try this one. Can we go? Can we?
Yeah, hold on.
I have been waiting since I saw this and I picked it up.
She had to pick up the whole bowl.
Well, I'm trying to be a lady.
Right. Y'all,
Okay.
I wore white, so I'm gonna just lean.
Ooh,
the trick is to lean.
Oh, this part is nice and crusty. It's the crustiest. That's a good thing. Oh, it's warm.
Oh my God, that is so good.
You know what?
Okay.
These it was really interesting because these peaches are from Walmart. And what we wanted to do was take fresh peaches, because you know in African American culture, a lot of people, there's this huge debate on whether or not you use canned peaches or fresh. So we decided to use these fresh, and we cooked them down, did everything. Yeah, and
We just gonna keep eating.
yeah, thank you.
You keep
But
talking.
so we cook them down, add the vanilla extract, the sugar, the butter, it thickens on its own, and you can tell these peaches are fresh because there's a different consistency when you use fresh peaches versus canned peaches.
Oh my gosh.
I can definitely taste a difference. They do taste really
You taste
good.
those dumplings? Tell me if you taste the dumplings in there.
It is so good.
You see, can you?
Listen, first of all, the vanilla really just pops out at you. Like, it's that combination with the peach. It is so good. Oh
I
my
know.
gosh.
I'm looking at some of these questions and
Sorry, y'all.
comments.
Real, real.
We need to bring back cooking as a family, which is a
Yes.
great thing. I wanted to know, like, so when you cook, is it important for you to have people in the kitchen with you so that you can teach them like you learned?
I don't know. Hold on one second.
Sorry,
really
y'all.
good.
We just chowing down.
You know, for me, cooking it's sort of a serious thing. So I enjoy my son because he'll sit there and be cool. He's 3. He'll sit right here and he'll do a little salt. He'll mix a little something. But at the end of the day, for me, cooking is about starting and finishing with a great product. So I clean as I go. I wipe down as I go. So for me, I want to finish a meal. I want to sit down and enjoy it. So I don't really like people being in the kitchen because, you know, what should take 15 minutes takes a half an hour
Okay.
when you're at the house. So I like to get in and get out. So.
You know what I want to know for the ladies out there who are watching?
What up, girls?
Hey, girl, hey.
Holla.
We
about
want
to
to
hook you
know
up.
exactly what recipes or what easy dishes can we put together to lock that man in?
First of all, you
Or,
better.
you know, just to be a good cook, independent
Or
woman.
that.
You know, it really depends on a couple of different things. I think that here's a recipe that I know that I like, that I would enjoy: pan-seared, sauteed, or pan-seared salmon over creamed corn, shaved fennel, arugula, and some onions is absolutely amazing. I think that, you know, with any guy at the end of the day, seriously, again, it's not about how well you cook. It's the listen, for real. It doesn't matter because half of y'all can't cook anyway. We just say y'all can't. No, hold on. Stay with me. We just say that because we love you. No, I'm telling you, when someone really loves you, it's not about how good it tastes. It's about the effort you made. So, and I mean that, and it's not like everybody has to go in and be chefs. When you sit a man down and you say to him, I want to do this for you because you had a long day, that's what's important to him. It's not whether or not it's got enough seasoning or it's seared properly. So I really don't mean any disrespect by saying that, but I'm saying that it's bigger than that. So whether or not this peach cobbler is good, if I made it for you and I'm trying to holler at you, you ain't gonna be like, ooh, it's nasty, I'm not coming back. You're gonna be, wow, I appreciate the effort. So for me, it really is about the effort.
I love that.
We have one more good question from the audience. What's your favorite fresh secret ingredient?
For me, it starts and ends with garlic.
Garlic is a good one.
At the end of the day, because it doesn't matter what you're making. If you don't have a good base foundation, which is a good oil, some smashed garlic to infuse that oil, and some shallots to bring out that flavor, a little bit of kosher salt to make it pop. You build with layers. So for me, everything starts with fresh garlic because at the end of the day, it really is about the infusion of a great product.
Now you have so many incredible recipes. You have your books. On your social media, you share a lot of photos of the stuff that you're cooking as well. So where can our audience find you to keep up and build up their kitchen repertoire?
Well, I'm going to be at a restaurant on 57th tonight. No, I'm just kidding.
New York ladies,
This is
there you
live.
go.
Holla.
Make him that pan-seared salmon.
They're going to come to you with some salmon.
Get that fennel.
I think I have a Facebook, Chef Garvin something. And
I think I have a Facebook.
I think I really
He be
don't
in the
know.
kitchen so much that he don't even be on Facebook.
I think I'm at Chef Garvin something on Facebook or.
We gonna drop it in the link.
Well,
Yeah.
We'll let him worry about the cooking.
You find it and let me know. I really don't know.
Well, this was so great. We are going to continue to eat this, and y'all are going to maybe take some recipes and get you cooking.
Yes.
Because you got your pan-seared salmon today.
Yep.
And
Get your garlic.
Get your garlic.
Your
get
fresh
your base,
ingredients.
your kosher salt.
From Walmart.
Your fresh peaches from Walmart.
Hey, you better get to Walmart.
Make sure you get the good ones, too.
Y'all have a wonderful rest of your day. We will see you back here tomorrow.
Why you had to go all news anchor woman on us? Y'all have the rest of
I'm
good
messy.
rest of your day.
He is petty.